G'day guys and welcome to a brand new series on Adventuring Pals. In this series we will be tackling an epic outback trip of a lifetime. We'll be crossing the Simpson Desert, tackling the Oodnadatta track, checking out the North Flinders Ranges, Cameron's Corner and more through Outback Queensland to get back home. Joining us on this epic adventure is Eshlyn's parents in their trusty Mitsubishi Challenger and Eshlyn's brother and family in their Mitsubishi Pajero. And of course there's us. If you don't know already, we are Elvie, Ash, Jaden and Jordan in our 2020 Mitsubishi Triton, which we lovingly call Bluey. All up, we did over 7,000 kilometers of mostly dirt and dust. So I'm so excited to start sharing this series with you guys. I hope you really enjoy it. Let's get into it with this video where we get ourselves from Hervey Bay to Birdsville. Before leaving town on these big trips, I always try and pull into the local weighbridge. Pulled in to check my weight and I was just under my revised GVM, which with a GVM upgrade is 3190. Now in this case, with all our water and all our diesel filled up and food ready for 3 weeks of outback tripping, we came in at 312. So just under my GVM and good to go. After smashing out some 200 Ks, we had our first stop. Bit of lunch and to let the kids have a bit of a play and get a break from all the driving. What are you eating?
Fried rice.
Dad's special fried rice on the road. Where are we?
Dad's special fried rice in Durong.
Back on the road, and at the end of the day we did about 530 odd Ks to get ourselves into Roma. We chose to stay at Motel Carnarvon for our first night on the road just to make things a bit easier. And we had quite a pleasant stay here. The next day we had a much easier day planned with only 270 kilometers to make it to Charleville. So we had a quiet morning and we checked out a few things to do around Roma before hitting the road.
Oh, it's a coconut. What's it got? It's got a message.
It's got a message. It says
Whoa! Congratulations! You have found me. I am an odd coconut. I was created by Coconut North Queensland in this park. It's from North Queensland.
Wow.
I love being outdoors, exploring and having adventures. Take me along with you.
We carry it with us.
Yeah, we can take it. Share our adventures with my family on their Facebook group at the Odd Coconut Tales.
You could hold it.
Oh wow, it's even got like a QR code we can scan.
Oh, let's do that. I'll take it to Simpson Desert.
Somebody's made it, had put in a lot of effort to make this.
From you hold it, I'll give you this and I'll take a picture of
Wow, they've like painted it and...
So we took this little coconut on our adventures from Roma to Charleville, where that night we checked out the Cosmos Centre. Now unfortunately we weren't able to book ourselves in for a tour, but of course it's free for anyone to go in and have a bit of a look around. So that's what we did. Well, this Cosmos Centre turned out to be a really cool place. We spent well over an hour there and could have spent much more if they would allow us. But it was time to move onto the pub to get some dinner. The next morning was another slow start, enjoying Charleville, doing some shopping and making our way to Windora, some 460 kilometres away. The roads were getting skinnier by now but still sealed, and when we got to Windora we set up camp at one of the council run campgrounds. We don't need power or water hookup for our camp setup, so it was an unpowered site, but at least the campground had some good toilet and shower facilities. After spending so many nights sleeping in our rooftop tent, packing it up, setting it up, I really love how easy it is to use. In case you're wondering, this is a Canyon off-road brand 4-person rooftop tent, and yes, it sleeps the 4 of us very comfortably.
I'm gonna stand back a little.
Alright, time to start cooking.
Don't get in the way, okay?
Okay.
Move over there. Is it okay if I come here?
Yeah, mate, wherever you are.
There's some sausages. Watch Dad what he's doing. Sausages. Right now they're flat.
Alright, we are here on our first night camping. Finally, this is what, day 3 now?
No, day two.
Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Is it Friday?
You know it's a good sign when you've lost count of the days, mate.
It's Friday. It is day 3 and we are finally camping. Everyone's here finally together last night. We'll talk about it a bit more later because lighting's not that good. But anyways, first night out. We're out having sausages on the first night.
No, first night? Good job, buddies. Oi, what about me? Good job, mate.
Okay guys, so guess what? I found myself a new cameraman. Jaden is going to be the cameraman for this whole trip.
Hello, I'm Jaden. How? I'm the new cameraman. This is my dad, Elvin.
The next day we packed up and hit the road again. Some 380 kilometres to Birdsville left, but we were in no rush, taking our time to check out some of the sights along the way. The roads got skinnier and eventually turning to dirt, but there was plenty to see and do. Don't forget, this is actually a 2-way traffic main highway with plenty of road trains running across them. The best thing to do when you see the road train coming is to pull over to the side and stop and let them have the whole sealed road so you don't get sprayed with gravel. Unit and aerial snapped already. Duct tape, bloody stripped. Not a good time. Can you hear me now, man? We made it! And so, after 4 days of Outback driving, we finally made it to Birdsville. Tell you what, crossing the Diamantina River was quite a special moment for me. You know the song by John Williamson, Dusty Diamantina?
Sing it.
No. Oh, you what?
No, but yep.
you know, very good song, or one of my favourite songs, and it's all about this river and it's homesteading and all that stuff. Good times. What are you looking at?
Yeah, go. He'll do it.
No, what are you doing? Alright. Now, in Birdsville, we stayed for 2 nights in a cabin, letting us catch up on all our laundry and fill up our tanks full of fresh water ready to tackle the desert. The kids had a good time finally finding a patch of grass to play on and not just dust. And on our first night, we went to the grand old Birdsville pub for dinner. And maybe a beer or two, of course. Alright guys, check it out, we've made it to Birdsville Bakery.
Take a little video.
Here we are, Birdsville Bakery, and you gotta have a crack at the camel pie, of course. So here we go, barbecue sauce.
And I have a cracker of veggie wax.
Ooh. Curry pie, but yeah, nice, good. I like it. You'll get another one. Come and try it yourself, guys. Come to Birdsville.
We
try camel pie.
never had a camel pie, but we had a big camel burger. And I was a roll, try something roll, and it's delicious. And I have a veggie wrap, and it's and it's hot.
We are heading to the Big Red. Woohoo! About 30 time. Just left Birdsville. 38 k's to go. The Big Red. We're excited. Gonna give it a crack, maybe. I don't know. Just want to go see it, eh? Been a long time coming. Oh man, I'm so pumped. Woohoo! Heading to the Big Red. Woohoo! Got to our first sand dune. Start to put the flags on, let the air towers down. Air tires down, air pressure.
Oh, there's a big convoy.
Yes, that big convoy rolling in behind us was actually Tyler Thompson and his crew. I didn't notice it at the time, but when I was watching his video, you could see us in the video in the background on Big Red. And actually, I got lucky enough and met him much later on in our trip towards the end. And if you don't know who Tyler Thompson is, he's a big time Aussie YouTuber. And so here we are at our first dune. Now, it's not a very hard dune at all, but we were so nervous as we haven't done this kind of driving before. So with a bit of caution, we hit the dune straight over without any issues. Now this is actually further down from Big Red, and we wanted to do Big Red west to east. So we went over this dune and then around it to get to where the main part of the Big Red dune climbs are. And this is also not actually the start of our desert crossing. This is the day before. We just came out to the dunes while our fuel tanks were relatively empty and water tanks were still quite empty. We wanted to come out here while we were a bit lighter just to test out the dune driving as we haven't done it before, and to try have a go at Big Red under ideal conditions. And in the end, I'm really glad we did this because we learned so much in just a couple of hours of mucking around on Big Red and these little sand dunes. So when we get to Big Red, we actually aired down a bit more after seeing a couple of other guys have a go. And then it was Elvin first up to try and have a go in his Pajero. So Elvin got his on the second go. Pretty good going, mate. Well done. My first attempt, I was on 20 psi at the back, 18 at the front, low range, second gear.
Keep your hands inside the car.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that. So bumpy.
Hold on.
Second go for me. Let's see if I can get this done. This time the tyre pressures are the same, but I was in low range, third gear. Yeah, so a bit closer, but I guess I'm a bit of a slower learner, right? So after 2 failed attempts, I aired down even more, going down to 18 on the back and 16 on the front. Also on this attempt, I did leave it in low range, but I left the gearbox in D and let the car do its thing. Let's see if this is what does the trick. Well, there you go. Third time is the charm, for me anyway. Big one! Woo! Oh, hey, Rod, there's a snake behind you. There's a snake. Quick, quick, quick.
Scorpion!
Am coming back up? Holy shit. After hanging around at the top for a bit, taking some photos and mucking around, letting the kids have a play, we watched a few cars try and do the same line, and nobody else actually got up. A couple of cars tried a couple of times, and then they backed down and went up a much easier way. And it turns out this is one of the harder lines to do. So if you just do a bit more research than we did, you can definitely pick a much easier line. But I'll tell you what, I'm really glad we took on this challenge and conquered it. Gave us a lot more confidence for the rest of the crossing. Well, that's where we're going to end this video. Thank you very much for watching. We really hope you enjoyed watching this video. And if you did, please give it a like. It helps us out greatly. Now, don't forget to join us for the next video where we'll be finally crossing the Simpson Desert. It's been a long time planning, a long time dreaming, but we're finally here. Till then, catch you on the next one.